Okay, so hello everyone. Welcome to my Let's Play of a game that I actually hold very near and dear to my heart. It is Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, or maybe it's 256, or no, there it is. It's 358 over 2 days. I was right the first time. This is for the Nintendo DS. It is the game Falling Roxas, and we're going to be playing on beginner mode because really, games should just be a ride, you know?
Yeah, story mode.
All you're here for is to just kind of have an experience, and like, if you're putting in so much effort, it really just ruins the mood, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Now, just to confirm, this is a game that when you boot it up, you kiss the screen, right?
Yes. I love it that much, and as you can see, they start off a really atmospheric FMV that, like, just, how did they get these graphics on the Nintendo DS? This has got to be revolutionary of some kind. Look at this. It looks like the PS2 games.
Gotta love that pre-rendered.
Don't be silly. And look, completely original music for this too. They went all out with this game.
Sure did.
And the voice acting is top-notch, as per usual with this series. So, while we're waiting for the opening credits roll, how about everybody introduce themselves? I'm, of course, Stanley, or Dreamsword, if you're watching this on my YouTube. Who else is here?
I'm Rio.
I'm Leo. Hello. Also known as HK. I don't feel like giving the rest of my name. Lazy.
Ooh, sea salt ice cream.
Sweet, but also salty, like me.
Hi everyone, I'm Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Ryan, you're such a character. In fact, you should keep that character up for the entire video. It's hilarious.
Sure, man. Alright, we're watching Kingdom Hearts, oh man.
I'm not sure if you're trying to be like Hugh Hackman or like shitty Jace.
Both.
And the other person here is
Shitty
Tom.
Jace.
You might have heard him. But
Well,
now
what's
see,
up, everyone?
this is
It's
the
Critical.
brilliance. Now you might be thinking, viewer, wow, they're totally spoiling some key moments of Kingdom Hearts 2. But I mean, if you think about it, this is the only footage of Orc 13 they had. You kinda can't expect them to make all new footage for this game, especially with, you know, it being a DS title. And plus, I mean, who would play this as their first Kingdom Hearts game? I mean, obviously, everyone who would ever even give a passing glance at this game has played every game in the series up to this point. So it was a pretty smart move, you know, for us fans out there.
This has a much stronger story than Birth by Sleep did, doesn't it?
Oh, I couldn't decide. I mean, every Kingdom Hearts game has a deep intrinsic plot.
Even Dream Drop Distance?
Oh yes, most
Especially
definitely.
Dream Drop Distance.
Dream Drop Distance, aka Riku's struggle to understand what the hell's going on.
Oh, how do you feel about the memes regarding the series? Because I know quite a few get tossed around, like got it memorized.
I mean, this intro is basically one giant meme, and that's just how you just grab an audience. I mean, yeah, you could be faithful to the source material, but then it just wouldn't be as enjoyable, you know? You gotta go for a joke where you can.
What do you mean? This was very faithful to the source material. Just look at it.
Ah, that's true. Silly me.
Are there any characters with claws in this game?
Unfortunately, no. The closest we get is Larxene, who uses knives.
You know what's making this a lot worse for me? The video's stuttering really bad for me for some reason.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? This is exactly how the game plays on the DS.
No, hold
When
on.
sideways
Oh
like
man,
this.
that is quality.
Now step back a bit. Any alteration to this means you're just enjoying the game in a new way.
This
Yeah.
is true.
And I mean, look at those descriptions. Like, not only are they puns, but they're also true. And everybody
Yeah.
loves puns.
Oh, I
Of
like
course.
those.
I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, this game is... Like, I remember when I first played it, it was honestly pretty shocking. Like, I wasn't expecting a game like that to really come out in the series. And that's why I'm so
yes.
kind of bummed, I guess, that, like, the video's stuttering. I just want to enjoy, like, just the nostalgia, I guess, of this intro, you know what I mean?
I
Dance,
mean, that's
Water,
why the intro
dance.
is so long. It really just gives you all the feels, you know? Really makes you
Yeah, I
feel
know.
everything we've accomplished up to this point.
Man, I think you spent like a month posting about this nonstop on Tumblr.
Well, it is my favorite website.
Wait, real talk, was Tumblr even around when this thing came out? 'Cause
No, not
this
when it
thing-
came out. When he played it again like 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, because, I mean, this is a classic. This is way before all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, if he did post about it when it originally came out, it was probably on Blogspot or something.
LiveJournal.
Or MySpace.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Oh my god, the lyrics when it's stuttering are amazing. And you, and I, and I.
I mean, come on. It makes it more atmospheric. The echo, man,
no,
it's really powerful.
It's kind of like a
Actually, hold
remix.
on, I think it's a code. No, it's saying and you, and it's talking about, like, you know, the different, sort of like the different forms of Sora. That's a little spoiler-ish, but it means it's like all the different parts of his heart. And the I is talking about Sora and Roxas.
Well, isn't Sora like 20
Possibility
different
I haven't
people?
even considered.
Well, I mean, you gotta remember this. It's pretty revolutionary, because it's like... It's one of the first games to just straight up take a Mary Sue and make it the protagonist, and everyone's okay with that. I love it.
Mary Sue, sir, how dare you? I, for one, think that every character in this series is amazingly fleshed out. All of their motivations make total sense. And that, you know what, the series just wouldn't be the same without any of them.
Like Xemnas?
Yes, he is a deep
I didn't say-
intrinsic villain. I mean, and they made good because they changed his skin tone, which makes him a much deeper character.
Now, I gotta
Of
ask,
course.
would you rather play LOD or just play this back-to-back for like 2 months straight?
If I had the choice, I would play nothing but every Kingdom Hearts game for the rest of eternity.
Oh, we can arrange that.
Well, except for like one in Chain of Memories, though, unless we're counting like
The bad
like
ones.
the remakes. Like,
Well,
no, it's like the remakes made them a lot
fixed
better,
everything.
especially re-Chain of Memories.
Oh, yeah, those are fine. It's just the original cut. It's not good.
Just like this, and watch the sunset.
Now, wasn't that riveting?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean,
it was.
we're practically 8 minutes in, and we haven't even gotten any gameplay yet.
Thank you,
It
Patrick.
really sets
Chan.
the mood for what's to come, though, you know?
Yeah, a real story, a cinematic experience on the DS.
Hi,
And it's
Final
all
Fantasy,
like
how are
all
you?
was
Turned
just-
into a movie.
Yeah, and it was all divided into 358, divided by 2 days, divided by the amount of hours you're going to be spent playing it.
And the
We're
number of
starting off
fucks
We
like
I
start
got.
on day
255
255.
How compact! This game's amazing.
Well, the pacing is excellent.
Technology is incredible.
You're early.
Now, note the indication of
Ooh,
him saying,
comeback.
"You're just late," because when you look at the background, you can interpret it as either dusk or dawn. It's very deep symbolism, you see.
No, it looks like sunset to me.
I took it. I thought I took it to mean that
Enjoy some sea salt ice cream with
that
me.
Axel's actually on his period.
Is that
Oh,
why his hair
Ryan,
is red?
you're silly.
What's that about? It's been that many days and days since I first joined the organization.
I'm glad Roxas has such an attention to detail. Otherwise, a lot of this plot just wouldn't work.
So you got the number memorized, do you?
Oh, Axel, you're so...
Memes!
Oh man.
Have to hang on to something, right? It's not like I have memory.
And look at that, right from the beginning. Even if you've never played a Kingdom Hearts before, you instantly know what this character's about, and you know they're deep, powerful feelings that are going to shake the very foundations of what you know and love. That is why we stay with this series.
I know, it's because it's like, they could have just made this another numbered game, or even like a point whatever, like they did with Kingdom Hearts 2.5, 2.8, 2.9. But they decided to make it a spin-off that anyone could get into. They immediately get you up to speed, you know who all these characters are, all their motives, and what happened. It does a very good job of catching you up. Like, it's really respectable.
You see,
Oh, yes.
light is made up of lots of colors.
And it even provides a science lesson. I'm learning so much from this game.
Red is
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, when I first played this, I really wasn't sure, like, what this was about, but like looking back, it's extremely important. It's one of those things that like, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler to say, but you really have to pay attention to everything in this game because otherwise you're not really going to know what's going on because it's just that involved. But it's your fault. You know what I mean? It's like if you don't pay attention, it's your fault.
Like his shoes, that's very important.
Now that's a little ridiculous. It's not his shoes, it's the coats. The coats are very symbolic. The shoes have nothing to do with it, you silly goose.
No. Look at how worn down the soles of his shoes are. It shows that he's had a deep and long-fought travel.
Oh god, I didn't even notice that. Holy shit.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention, man. They hide details and everything. You gotta figure, man. See, they get it.
Starts someplace.
Now, every time something has to do with text, I think it would be a great service if our pal Leo read all of it to us.
Oh, should I do it in the sea salt voice?
I mean, if that's what you
haven't done
feel
that
is
in
the most
ages.
dramatically appropriate.
I mean, I want to be accurate to the character, though. And
I
the
mean, it
typical
is
bit-
accurate to the character.
Is this
What
going to
would-
be your
what would
demo
you all
reel?
prefer?
I say
No.
you should do it in the sea salt voice because I think that's what they intended for the character to go.
Well, I mean, there are the diary entries.
Exactly.
And look at these amazing graphics. They wanted to put a traditional
Yeah,
Kingdom
that-
Hearts game on the DS, and by God, they succeeded.
Yeah, we're in space.
I remember I played, like, the first time I played this, I was so blown away. And then I went and I played, like, Phantasy Star Zero, and I was just like, oh my god, why couldn't they have done, like, this?
I know, right?
It feels like you're actually playing this game on a legit Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm. And look at that. It even tells you how to get started, just in case you've never played a video game before. How considerate.
Well,
man.
when you want a story-centric game, you have to do that.
So we're currently in what's called the gray area, and all we can really do is walk around and talk to people. You know, it's going really hard to set the mood of the whole thing. You
Dude,
can't
Alright,
you can't hit your player with too much at once, or they're just going to be overwhelmed, you know?
Gray area
Yeah,
is a great
it's-
metaphor.
it is. I was so impressed by that. Like, you know, remember that whole moral about how it's just like, oh, you know, because you, like, it gets you up to speed of this, but you might have missed it because they were talking, like, over the intro and stuff. But there was this big thing in 2 where, like, it was all about the ambiguity of, like, motives and what is truly good or evil. And these
Yeah.
guys, the whole game, you're spent thinking that all they want is something evil. But then at the last second, this one line just completely throws all of that out the window, and you're just left to think.
It's moral relativism, man.
Mm-hmm.
And the gray area is just a harkening back to that. It's impressive that they keep it up so much.
I would understand if that sort of symbolism went over people's heads the first time around. I mean, you really got to think about it.
Yeah, I know I haven't been reading any lines, but I mean this is important, so we can suspend it for a little bit.
Yeah, we'll wait for the
Oh, yeah.
cut-ins.
Now, I decided to say no here because, I mean, we got to explore the whole area, right? I mean, there's just so many sights to see, and there's so many people to talk to.
I mean,
Dude.
can't leave any stone unturned.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, but this isn't stone, you see, it's space-age metal. Covered in
Oh,
linoleum.
Signs, like, you could spend hours just analyzing this room.
Yeah, one of them looks like a steering wheel from a pirate ship.
I think maybe we should assign voices. Let's figure this out. I can stick with Roxas. I can do other ones if you want, but we should have other people read because this is important text. We need to make sure that people that maybe they can't read because of video quality or whatever, they can still at least hear the writing. In this
I mean, we have to consider everyone. I mean, it would just be rude of us if we just assumed everybody could read.
Admittedly.
well, that would just be so ableist of us.
Mm-hmm.
Good tidings, friends.
And look at those acoustics. They actually took into account that this is a huge empty room, and as such there would be an echo. Great attention to detail.
I like how he calls them
I
friends.
am pleased to announce that a new comrade has been chosen to wear the.
You can really tell his voice is powerful because he's talking like a normal, like, just like there's not like that extra like yelling emphasis, you know, and like strain. He's talking at a normal voice, like just casually, but echoes throughout the room as if he's shouting, and that just shows his power. You know what I mean?
And look at it. The game already threw a plot twist at us. What? That's not Roxas. There's no number 14. Huh?
Oh, but there is now, and she turns out to be the best character in the.
Hey.
Welcome, one of the.
We're not going to spoil that much. We can spoil the other games because, again, it already tells you all about what happens in them. But I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. I shouldn't have said best in this series. I should have said best in the world of fiction.
To be fair,
There
this
you
is true.
go.
You're never going to get. You are never going to guess the plot twist with this character either. Like, it's going to completely blow your mind. But we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah. And already you can tell there's a deep connection between the two. Sheer brilliance.
After 7 days of clinging to a number and name, something, I don't know, I missed it. Feck. I don't really care. Let's,
Gee.
the icing on the cake. The icing on the cake, that is Axel. It's sea salt ice cream, by the way.
Oh my god, that
I
transition
was
walk.
gonna ask.
Roxas, your work begins today. I will issue.
Oh,
No, I love it because he wants to make sure that like
early missions,
he wants to make sure that he knows that because
exercises.
he tells you, it's like, I want you to do these missions. Here are some missions. The organization expects you to do them, and you would think, well, of course, duh, you're giving me missions. You don't need to tell me that you expect me to do them, but they're just being courteous.
On your first mission.
Alright, I think I got Axel. Let's see.
Oh boy, what are you making me the kid's mentor now?
That's how he sounds, right?
Perfect.
Okay.
It's
I
like
mean,
we got.
I knew.
It's
Who's
like
the
we had
voice
Quentin Flynn here, during the session. That's how good it was.
Surely you don't mind showing Roxas here the ropes. Roxas, come see me when you're ready to go to town. In my pants.
Oh no,
Oh, Ryan, you're silly.
dude. Yeah, I mean, you know, the pairing is like, you know, Axel Roxas. Everyone knows that. Was it?
Yeah, but that's boring.
Axis.
But
It's boring,
Ryan
but it's
is
true.
canon.
Yeah.
Might as
And
well
you have
be.
to respect this game's canon.
Of course. Respectable, though.
And right now, it even
Oh.
tells you now's a good time to save, because, I mean, we've accomplished so much, you don't want to lose all that progress.
Yeah, would you really want to watch the like 30 minutes of cutscenes again? The answer is yes, but we have things to see.
Mm-hmm.
Like other cutscenes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
like, don't get me wrong, I really did enjoy like the intro cinematic like up thing and all this stuff. But if we were to just, you know, rewatch the intro again, there's a lot to see. There's a lot that goes on. Like you said, a lot more cutscenes, a lot more story.
And Roxas's diary.
Oh dear God. Wait, you actually can pause in this long enough? I don't think I can read that. Crap, I wasn't ready for this.
Dear diary. Shit.
Shit.
Pretty much. Dear diary. Me and Axel went up to the clock tower again, and he brought me sea salt and ice cream again. Oh my God, I loved watching it melt down his hands. I wish I could have been that ice cream.
Hey now, no spoilers, that's later.
Are you kidding me? That's now.
I suppose, but like, you're giving away the subtleties, man.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, we talked about this. There are some things that are so hard to see that like someone would have to like play this over and over again, and we're just trying to give them like a cursory glance. I want them to, I guess, know the kind of things to expect out of this game, so when they go through the actual one, they can be on the lookout for all the other stuff that's, kind of like, not like,
That is
I wanted to
true.
say like hidden under the covers, but that's a stupid metaphor.
I'm glad that they have it automatically hovering over not yet, just in case you didn't think, or maybe you perhaps forgot that Sakes is the one who sends you out on missions. Just in case you talked to him by accident.
I think it's a subtle reference to, like Zelda, like Gamora, how do you pronounce his name? The owl. Because, it's all about referencing Mother series. It's all like, come on, Roxas.
Or perhaps they were referencing Kingdom Hearts the entire time.
Makes sense.
I mean, yeah.
After all, everything Kingdom Hearts does is completely groundbreaking and original.
Of course.
All right, you can't say something like that. That's ridiculous. We all know that, like, as great as these games are, like, the true groundbreaker was like Final Fantasy VIII, but this comes close.
I suppose. But I don't know, just Kingdom Hearts just does it so much better in every regard, you know?
Well, yeah, it came later. It learned. It took everything that was great about those games. Not the gameplay necessarily, because it's obviously two different types of games, but like the execution, the story, the subtleties. Oh my god! I mean, about the whole Squall is dead thing. Like that stuff still blows my mind.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, just combining both Final Fantasy and Disney, it surpasses both of them with every single game.
I mean, I gotta give it to Stan on this one. Final Fantasy VIII is not my favorite game.
Tom, your favorite was Final Fantasy II, right?
Oh, of course.
What makes Final Fantasy so revolutionary is how they keep changing it with every game. It's like they understand that, like, okay, if we do the exact same thing over and over again, it's going to get boring.
Meanwhile, with Kingdom Hearts, the formula, they knew that from the second game onward, and I mean actually Kingdom Hearts 2, like, come on. Since that game, they knew they had the perfect formula, so they don't really need to add or change much, because there's really no improving from there.
Right.
Like, why fix what's broken? I mean, sorry, I am just terrible with words.
So, have you picked your waifu yet, DS?
That great, right behind Roxas, that's my waifu.
No, I mean from the main 14 members.
Shion seems like a pretty nice hottie.
Yeah, I'd say Shion is probably the best character in this game, but we'll get to her later.
So, do you just go searching around Tumblr for art tags and stuff?
Oh
nah,
yeah, definitely.
he wants
I mean,
the premium stuff, so he goes to DeviantArt.
Oh, damn.
You got me.
That's unfiltered.
That's where I find all the best Shigechi artwork.
That was quite a funny joke. I might even have to say Bazinga.
Oh, Ryan, you're a card. So now, see, this game knows that you can't be expected to just press every button for no reason. I mean, who would do that? So they tell you how to jump and get over obstacles in this stage.
But what if you had spent magic points?
Oh, we don't learn magic till later.
Oh,
Thank God. We could have
Yeah,
lost
I know. That
on
would just be
Drift.
way too much information for us to process. So
That would have been-
You see, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
nah, it's a good safety net for players not being allowed access to the dangerous stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
What if you were
I
to
was
set
just thinking
yourself
that.
on fire?
To be fair, it doesn't let you do that because, I mean, you can't have people getting a game over like that easy. You gotta let people ease in. Because, like, but that's what I was gonna get to. It's like a lot of games. It's like they start off. It's like they have a scene or something, and then it's like they put you in combat and stuff, and they try to teach you that way. But a lot of people get discouraged because it's just like it's just so much, and they're just like, no, can I just like learn everything one by one, what each button does, like through cutscenes and stuff, so it really like teaches me all of its uses. Because it's like a lot of people don't really have the time to figure this stuff out. Like, I mean, that's part of the reason why it's like Breath of the Wild. I don't really like that game too much because it's just it just sort of throws you out there. You know, it doesn't do this.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
Where do you go? What do you do?
It just
Yeah, I mean,
tosses you
really.
into the ocean without a life preserver.
Yeah, it's kind of
And
like
now-
why.
Yeah, and now you see, it's a good thing they gave us that tutorial there, because free look mode is actually imperative for finding that hidden treasure chest. Otherwise, you'd have no idea all around. I can't find it, but thankfully, they also told us about the little mini map there, so we can check around every corner, but not every
didn't
corner. Because I mean, look
just
at that. They don't
for
want you to go completely off the rails.
Like, to be honest, even with free look, I didn't see it, so they probably should have made this a little easier.
Yeah, I agree. And look, here's crates. Now, vandalism is not nice, kids, just so you know.
Yes, it is. It gives you health ups.
No, you see, it's only okay if you're breaking crates that are bigger than you are.
And if you ask the crate first,
Oh, so
Yes.
it's a moral about standing up to those who are bigger than you.
Yes, and only if you're wielding a giant key.
Oh,
But
deep.
what about Axel though? He's bigger than Roxas.
I mean, look.
Oh
at
wait,
him,
wait!
he's not
Please
doing
don't answer
anything.
that question because, like, I just kind of thought about this. This is, you know, PG-13 at most. So
Yeah, he's
we
our
can't really answer
supervisor.
that question right now.
They're friends.
And look at this. Even though we've seen this before,
Yeah, I
they
mean-
let us linger on
People-
what this barricade means. They don't explain it right
Yeah.
away because you have to get to the specific one, so that way they don't bog you down with too much info.
Well, they
Yeah.
want you to process what it truly
And I mean-
means.
Hmm.
Plus, do you notice that the move down cursor is shaped like a heart?
Well, you know, you gotta be
That's
thematic.
one of those subtleties.
Symbolic.
It also it encourages you to move on through the text. You know, it makes you want to see what everyone else is saying. Because I mean,
And look
the
at that.
dialogue's interesting.
Even though
Equally
Axel just explained it to us, they gave us a screen just in case. How considerate.
Yeah. Well, you know, you might have figured he wasn't saying anything important, so you know, you just get the tutorial message just in case. Or, you know, maybe you just forgot.
Well, they really just
If we
want to
didn't
drive
have,
that point home.
if we didn't have free look mode, we would not have been able to see that treasure chest.
Gosh,
I still
missed-
can't see that treasure chest. What the hell are you guys talking about?
That's a chest. It blends in.
Oh wow. Oh great. I forgot actually. This is one of those games where it's like there's like really like well hidden secrets, kind of like with Doom, where it's like you check the walls that look different. This game has those all over the place.
Now, not to be mean here, but I don't think it's fair to compare this game to Doom. I mean, Doom is just way too fast-paced, you know? It was made in
Oh,
the
yeah.
day where they expected you to just do everything. I mean, that's just like, again, it goes back to that whole overloading problem we talked about. And just times have changed. Doom's not good anymore. I'm sorry to say, this is what nails it.
Yeah, Doom
And it
was
is
too
eternal.
hyper-violent.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
that
why
too.
don't people
I
start
agree.
installing this on things that don't normally run games?
Mhm.
Well, to be fair, if I really wanted to, I could probably play this on my Vita.
No, just fuck the Vita.
I would have to agree with you there.
I mean,
I mean,
this
come
game
on
is
now,
a
we all-
masterpiece, but
And see, they let you settle in there. They let you really feel that you opened the treasure chest. They couldn't just transition the scene. Otherwise, you'd be like, "What did I just do?"
well, it's a metaphor for his personal journey, and opening that chest, he has opened the world of possibilities.
Ah, brilliance.
Except you have to return to the castle, at least for now.
Well, I mean, again, you can't do everything too fast.
I mean, yeah, that's why they give you like 365 days.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's divided by 2. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
personally, I don't
terrible.
think it was enough time.
No, not really.
Should have been 730 days times 2.
Oh, that would be an adventure.
No, I
Truly,
don't,
that would be a game that would last a lifetime.
I don't know. See,
Now-
I like that in terms of duration, but then you lose that subtlety because it's divided by 2 because it's about the division of time between 2 people that love each other very much. But we'll get to that.
Also, I'm glad that they're having us venture all the way back to the portal, because otherwise, I mean, you wouldn't be able to absorb all this incredible scenery.
Well, there's also that other crate you have to beat up. They're training you,
Hmm.
both
That's
in
true.
story and as a player. So, who are your favorite
Yeah.
ships in this game?
Did we
Ah,
go over this
this-
already?
Yeah,
no,
we kind of covered that.
No, he chose waifus, but not ships.
Yeah, but doesn't everyone
Well, I
ship
mean-
themselves with their favorite character?
No.
Or,
Although-
or even better, crossover ships like Amy X Roxas, very popular.
Alright, especially with the Vor theming.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Now,
I feel like
I
I've
got.
seen that already.
Now, I have to ask, and this is mostly from an outsider's point of view. While this game is a masterpiece, I'm not as familiar with it as you are. I don't get around in the community or the fan base as much. But,
Hmm.
so, Axel X. I'm pointing. Alright.
Hmm.
Does that make Axel a pedophile?
Oh, don't be silly.
Okay, good.
And look at him, he's even congratulating us. What a nice guy.
Yeah. Besides, I mean, it's like, even if it was like a significant age difference or whatever, I mean, one, whatever.
You can't put
two,
rules
like-
on love.
The other thing, of course, you have to keep in mind is that it's like, as much as everyone likes to talk about it, the whole, like, the relationship's strictly platonic. Roxas only platonically wants to lick sea salt ice cream off of Axel's.
Chest.
Body.
I believe the term you're looking for is queer platonic, thank you.
No.
Now, I just need to ask, and this is for Axel as well, but as for this tutorial DS, do you got it memorized?
Oh, Ryo,
Absolutely.
you and your funny quips.
Well, it's a very popular quote.
Also,
memes.
look at that. Axel asks us if we remember the hangout even though we've never been there before. It's a trick question. This implies he's messing with us. He's pretty funny.
Or he knows
No,
you have
you-
past
you don't get
memories.
You just don't get it, man. You just don't, and I'm sorry.
And look at that, he even had the ice cream already prepared for us and it didn't even melt.
Here, it's blue,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
your eyes.
Also, did you notice he said the icing on the cake? Because see, it's ice cream. I get it.
Hmm.
And he's a fire user, so that pun is double effective.
Oh man,
Oh,
I didn't
yes.
even realize that. There it
Ah,
goes.
There's that wonderful
Oh.
catchphrase again. I will never get sick of reading that.
oh, I
no,
hope
you
not. I mean, were you planning to get it tattooed on your chest?
On my thigh, thank you.
Inner thigh, I
Really?
gotcha.
Yes, Ryo, get it memorized. Come on.
I should.
Remember that one time you got drunk and you said you were gonna like tattoo R for reload and get it as a tramp stamp?
He
I
wasn't
already
drunk.
No, he was totally
I was,
drunk.
I was going to say, we all know Stan is a obsessive alcoholic. Come on.
No,
Yeah.
he's sober as a gopher. He did that in full, complete cognizance.
Should we
Well,
really
no, it
call
was
it a?
supposed to be
Should
like
we
it
really?
was supposed to be one of Xemnas's quotes, but he went with R for reload, which is inferior to pretty much everything Xemnas says.
Should we really
so-
call it a tramp stamp or a cutie mart?
Well,
Oh, now you're
knowing the
asking
Tumblr
big
circles.
questions.
Well, like Thinking on that. Nah.
No, I just want to
Different
compare
place.
this to something, and just kind of loosely, because it was clearly something that was changed for the better compared to the first, right? Now, this and Legendary Defender, both tops of the top, right?
Most definitely. I mean, when will people realize that just because something is old, that doesn't mean it has merit to it? In fact, I would almost argue the opposite. I mean, new will always overcome old because we have so much more resources and we've learned so much more. Like,
Yeah,
Like
look
the
at the
Power
power.
Rangers
something
reboot.
from the
Yeah.
80s is better than something from the 2000s.
I mean, come on. You'll just need to get with the times. Watch some authentic anime like Sword Art Online.
Yeah, get that memorized, audience.
Or a Emo, another great show.
I usually recommend people watch Dragon Ball GT because it's like
Oh, it was way better than Z and Dragon Ball combined.
Omega
it was
Shenron
the
made so
pinnacle
much
of the
sense.
series, honestly.
At that point, Akira Toriyama should have just retired. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and then they had to go and ruin it with like Battle of the Gods.
No. See, that's the point because Akira Toriyama didn't do GT. They got a new guy and a new team, which is why it was better. Just like this game was superior to the
Yeah.
original Kingdom Hearts.
Exactly. Just have them handle Dragon Ball from now on. That's why he's retiring.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope the Black Star Balls come back.
Yeah, me too. I can't stand like Toriyama's writing style. His humor sucks. He doesn't know how to pace a show, and I can barely tolerate his character designs. Like,
Not to mention-
personally,
I
think
mean-
they were,
Like,
I'm
his
sorry,
character designs
Ryan.
were a pretty good reason why Chrono Trigger was like such a flop.
yeah.
If anyone else, it would have been so much better. Like Nomura.
Plus, I mean, that art style, really, just straight lines. How lazy can you be?
Yeah, if they're not curved, it's pointless.
Anyway, Ryan, I apologize for competing for mic time here.
No, that's alright.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that it's really kind of annoying how Toriyama's art style like constantly changes. I mean, it's like, you're an artist. You have your one design. You're not allowed to grow. Just stick with the one way.
Yeah,
If it's
I
not
mean,
broke, don't fix it.
pretty much.
So I heard
But
Anime
then-
News Network came out and reviewed this game, and they said it was a breathtaking masterpiece. 100% accurate, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I've just been enthralled this entire game. I'm surprised I've been able to talk through it.
I mean, much like their other reviews, they're just 100% on point.
I don't know.
Mhm.
I'd have to disagree with the review, because it's like you could say it's a breathtaking masterpiece, but it implies like it's something that just blows you away. Personally, I think it's inspirational. Like I base a lot of my writing, a lot of my, I guess, philosophies and like life and just interactions with others based on some of the stuff that happens in this game. Lucky number 13. That's great.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
What's this? And the music even changed to put fear into our hearts, but not too much. They don't want to scare you away from the game.
Yeah.
I like how it's
what
like,
if you were to mess yourself and then you would need your underscares?
Mhm.
yeah, really.
Luckily, I wear mine at all times.
It wasn't approved! That Kickstarter sucked! Keep it game-centric, thank you!
Now, see, they're even teaching you how to attack, even though we saw how to attack boxes earlier. Just in case you forgot. And look at how fast-paced this game is.
Do you think this was the inspiration for Your Name, and that's why it's such a grand hit?
Your Name. Yeah, definitely took a lot from Kingdom Hearts. They're practically the exact same story.
Hey, let's not talk about that series. I haven't watched it yet. I would really like to, because I've heard a lot of great things about it. I mean, you told me a decent bit about it, but you were able to keep it spoiler free. I'm just worried that like it might slip out because we're excited.
All I'm saying is that it's so good, Anime News Network felt the need to review it 6 times. That should tell you something.
Only
Oh,
6.
that is telling a lot.
And look, we
I'm
even
not
get some new
impressed.
info we didn't know from the other games before.
But yeah, I don't know. Contact me when they review a series as many times as they talk about their own name, and then maybe I'll give that one a watch.
Now, see, he tells us to forget about the shadows, but if you look around, there don't seem to be any shadows around. This makes it pretty easy for you.
Unless they're hiding in the shadows within art.
It's good of them to be considerate. Otherwise, I might have to learn how targeting works, and I can't learn that yet. But it looks like I'm going to have to anyway.
Oh no, do you think you're ready for it?
Well, it is going to take all of my dexterity, but I think I can handle it.
That was quick. Are you sure you got that tutorial memorized?
Well, the game at least
No.
gives you the chance to test yourself. You know, it's going at a pretty nice, slow pace, but it's thinking, you know, you're pretty good at this. You know, you can take it up a little bit. Why don't we try to, you know, show off your skill and go a little faster?
And look at that, even though... Now, this might be jumping ahead a little bit, but even getting hit does not drop your combo chain, because otherwise that'd just be frustrating, you know? You do all that progress, and then you let yourself get hit, and you just lose that bonus, and you'll just feel bad doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know, I've
we
always
can't
thought-
have any bad times here. It's all about good times here.
that's kind of why fighting games is just, you know, kind of died. Like, no one plays them anymore because it's like, it feels
What's the
awful
point?
to you can't, if you can't combo something, then what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, someone hits you in the middle of a combo. That's stupid. You should just, once you hit someone, that's it. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And to be honest, I don't really think blocking or parrying or anything like that really has a place. It should just be all aggro all the time. Because, I mean, like, whenever I watch a game, I don't really care about, like, footsies or any of that stupid crap. It's like, I want to see one guy hit another guy. And then hit him into the air, hit him a whole bunch, and that's it. I want to see anything else. Projectiles suck. Dashes suck. Jumps suck. Unless it's, you know, like a
And don't
jump
even
after
get
a
me
combo.
started on super moves.
I really hate super moves, honestly. They're just, I mean, they're kind
mean-
of bullshit.
Why even create any fighting games after Street Fighter 2? That game got it right from the get-go. Every game should just be like Street Fighter 2. Well, every fighting game.
Oh no,
And then they fucked it
I
up.
think Super Smash Bros. Melee has it pretty right in its own respect.
That's true. You know, why did they even make any Brawl or Smash 4? They should just keep remaking Melee.
Yeah.
I don't
Make
know,
the wave
I-
dash even more broken.
I don't know. I hate Melee. Like, I mean, it's not my least favorite Smash game. That'd probably be 64. But, like, I don't know.
Oh,
It's
64
funny.
was just a broken mess.
I know. Like, there was no skill involved. All you had to do was, like, Touch of Death taken to the wrong way. I love Touch of Death, but, like, I don't know. Something about it just...
Uh-oh, guys. Now we have to fight 6 enemies.
Speaking of remakes, I hope they remake Tales Symphonia pretty soon. I know they already
Well,
did,
I mean,
but that one wasn't good enough. So let's get another one.
Well, we almost did with Berseria, which is easily the best head in the entire series, like, ever.
definitely. Definitely way better than those pieces of, not to sound too rude here, but, disappointments, Exilia 2 and Zestiria. I mean, those were just such letdowns.
Plus, they didn't
Berseria
have
got
Velvet.
everything right.
I know, right? Berseria and Tales of Hearts are and Vesperia, sorry, and Symphonia are easily the best Tales games.
Oh, I
Tales
forgot
of
about
Hearts
Vesperia.
are, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Much
but, like,
better than its DS original.
Really,
yeah,
you need
they
to play
fucked up
both
hardcore
to get.
with the DS version. Like, that's why I didn't even translate it until they did Hearts R, is because it was shit. So, like, they decided to give us, like, a better version of the game. Which I can
And
really
they-
appreciate.
And I'm glad-
Like, don't get me wrong.
And I am glad Absolute Zero canceled their translation of the DS version of Hearts, because really, Hearts R just gives you everything you need to know, and they inserted so many memes into it too to make it an even better story.
Not to mention
What's
the
even the point.
Yeah, the stories are just so different. Like you might as well just play both anyway because they're completely different. They are not the same whatsoever.
Our work today is done, but not yet. I mean, I don't want our work to be done. This game is just so much fun.
Oh, the work is never done. You can just keep replaying this part by resetting the game.
That's true, but there's a lot more to see. Like,
Many
we
more
gotta
days.
try and stay on track.
Hmm.
I have high hopes for the rest of this game. I mean, it doesn't count because I've already played it, but you know what I mean. Where's my attempt at comedy? You guys like it?
It wasn't bad.
Oh.
Someone
You
get
see, I didn't
Bill
want to
Engvall
laugh
on the
out of
phone.
turn. I felt like that would be rude.
Well, I'm glad you've got that rule memorized.
Oh my god.
And so with that, we'll return back to the castle. It's a good thing, too, that they don't show us how our partners here fight either, because, like, I mean, they're here to mentor us, not help us out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, they're here to
Yeah.
teach
It
you,
would-
not
it would just-
show you.
yeah, it'd be very demeaning if they were to contribute.
Exactly. We can't have things too hard, but they gotta
So,
make
they
it
wanted
feel
to
like
play
everything is
cards.
rewarding, like you are really putting in the work.
Hmm. Like the
I didn't
like the
even
battle
know what a
system
heart
for Tales
was.
of Berseria. You just have to put in so much effort toward it. Like, you can't just play as Velvet and go through the whole game. Like, you gotta strategize, you know?
Yeah, like using Magilu.
Hmm.
Good morning, Roxas. I shall be leading on another mission today. Take care of what you need to, and then go speak with Sykes. I'll be ready when you are.
I'll lick you later.
Now, see, this game has a very nice pattern, because if they tried to actually have a dynamic story, you would just get lost. But see, by going of the format of wake up, do a mission, wake up, do a mission, you already know what to expect, and you can just evolve, you know?
You've finished preparing. You need to go talk to Sykes, not me. Sykes. I don't know how it's pronounced. Don't give a shit.
It's not important. Not like you.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Roxas is, like, one of the most important characters in the series.
Most well developed.
Most iconic.
Honestly, his original, like, yeah, you remember the start of Kingdom Hearts 2? That was actually really weak. It's just fucking wonderful what they did to him after the intro.
Thank God
Yeah.
Sora was there in order to salvage that mess.
Yeah, I don't know, though. It, like, honestly, even after that, I still thought his character was kind of shit. But when they redid it in Final Mix, like, they redid that battle and all that,
Oh,
they
you're
added a lot
right.
of other stuff. Like, that helped a lot. Like, a battle was definitely needed there.
It was.
And not to mention the sheer badass points of being able to steal his Keyblades and making him worthless. I mean, that is how you make yourself feel powerful, and how you deeply, deeply just raise a character up, you know?
Well, yeah,
Well,
dual
you
wielding
gotta remember-
Keyblades is awesome.
Hey, it's symbolic. Because, remember, it's like, the whole thing is that Roxas doesn't really exist, so to speak. It's all Sora. So when Sora steals those Keyblades and Roxas becomes completely worthless, it's because he doesn't exist without Sora. Sora gains all that power because he's the main character and, you know, he's Sora. So it makes sense for him to just become a wimp after that point, because now Sora is the focus. He has the power. Like, I mean, it's kind of subtle, but, like, I had to play the game a few times in order to get that.
Plus, I mean, why would you ever want to change things from Sora? I mean, every game he has a completely new character arc that he goes through. He's so dynamic.
And
He's
diverse.
kind of like Kirito, like that.
Hmm. I mean, it's very hard to write characters who are near perfect, but I think this game does a pretty good job, or rather this series.
Except the first game, only the remakes.
Yeah, the
Well,
remake
yeah,
of the
but-
first game fixed everything.
We don't even have to talk about the original version of the first game, considering, Square was smart enough to just completely destroy the source code of the original because of, it's just kind of worthless once you get the remake going. Granted, I know they
Exactly.
killed the source code first, but that's because they knew that they had to start from scratch with the first one, because otherwise it's just, it was unsalvageable. Like, it was a mess. It was a fucking mess.
It was dreadful.
It pretty much turned me off of the series entirely until someone had me play through, I can't remember if I played Kingdom Hearts 2 or this one first. I'm pretty sure 2.
But they must have had to drag you kicking and screaming after the first game.
Yeah. But they told me, it's like, no, come on, it gets better. And I was like, no, it can't get better after that kind of, irredeemable trash. It's kind of like, everyone always tells me, it's like, oh, the Mana series, it got so much better once they started doing stuff like the World of Mana games. There was Dawn of Mana, that one came out, and that kind of it took me a while to play it, but it blew me away. And considering my first game of the series was Secret of Mana, which was pretty much a trash fire in a 16-bit cartridge, that says a lot. And I even gave Legend of Mana a try. I gave the series a fair try again, but I had no idea what was going on. The art style was shit. The music was, well, let's just say that Yoko Shimomura has gotten so much better since then.
I mean, didn't she even outright say she hated Legend of Mana's soundtrack anyway?
Yeah, she said it was her least favorite, and just, she regretted working on that game. She couldn't put her heart into it, and that's why it was so bad.
While we have a moment, and I really just want to ask for the... Because, you just fight, and as important as it is, it's not dialogue heavy. So,
Yeah.
when are you going to play Keiji Inafune's top-rated hit, Mighty Number 9?
Oh, you mean the best Mega Man game we've ever had?
Yeah, it's not
Well,
even Mega
no,
Man
it's-
branded.
Yeah, stop.
Oh, no.
Don't even compare it to Mega Man. That's shitty. I mean, I know you can be a little brutal sometimes, but, holy shit.
He just spent that Kickstarter money so judiciously. It was wonderfully paced, wonderfully managed.
Not a
I mean,
single
let's compare
cent felt wasted.
I guess a good way to compare it is, let's look at Mega Man 9, and then look at Mighty Number 9. Just compare the two. I don't even need to say anything more than that, because, Mighty Number 9 is pretty much what everyone wanted out of, a Mega Man game. It's as everyone saw the potential in that kind of gameplay, but it was never realized. X7 of all games, as long as that took to come out, started moving in the right direction. It was amazing, but it still wasn't quite what I was looking for. But then Mighty Number 9 comes around, and it set a precedent for all Kickstarter games that everyone's going to remember.
The staff interaction was flawless. Isn't that right, DS?
Definitely. It reminded me a lot of Battle Network 4 and what a masterpiece it was.
No, that game was shit.
Oh, you're silly.
Oh no, we did a
Come
video
on.
on that, remember?
Yeah, praising the game for
No.
everything it did.
Railing it. I mean, a lot of Mega Man games are bad because really the series as a whole hasn't evolved since 1987, but BN4 was exceptionally bad.
Badass, you mean?
No, just bad.
I mean, it was only... Although I guess I can admit, Star Force 2 was far superior in every single way. In fact, it might be the best Mega Man game ever made, other than Mighty Number 9.
No, though compared to 4, it's not as bad.
Oh, you're
Let's
silly,
be
Ryle.
realistic here. I mean, I know you're the lighthearted one who's way too easy on bad games, but still.
Well, you know me.
I
I,
mean,
just like
this
to
is-
have fun. I mean, what's the point of playing a game if you're just going to look for all the stuff wrong with it, you know?
yeah, you just love everything, and sometimes it's a little galling.
I mean, I gotta admit, compared to the rest of the series, like Mega Man as a whole, not just Battle Network 4 is the best of them. Well, it's up there with X7, but comparing it to this game, yeah, it's well, like I said about Secret of Mana, it's a trash fire.
Well, anything compared to this game is a trash fire, but even on its own merits, BM4 was bad. I can't believe I'm surrounded by so many horrible people with horrible taste, with the exception of this game.
Oh,
Honestly, I
silly,
wouldn't even
Ryo.
be here talking with you all if you hated this game.
This is true. But no, I mean, I'm talking about within the series, because it's all bad, but it's like only comparing it within the series.
Comparing it within the series, BN4 is still the bottom of the rung. Now, if you want a really solid entry, and I mean solid, you look at Battleship Challenge.
Oh crap, you're right, I forgot about that one. Oh.
No,
Man.
not Battleship Challenge. No. Because that one was weak. If you want a really good Battle Network game, you should play the mobile games.
No, wait, I'll raise you one better, and this one was so good, I don't think we ever got it in the US. It was the remake of Battle Network 1, where you can play as Geo.
Oh, Operation Shooting Star. That was definitely the best. It combined the best of both series.
I know! They even
Oh my
repaved
God,
the
yeah.
internet. It was so unique.
Yeah, I forgot all about that one.
Now, we've kind of been talking
See,
over
this
some of
is
the
the problem.
tutorials, so you might not have noticed, viewer, or maybe I'm speaking out of turn. I'm not exactly sure. Apologies.
You
But-
shouldn't assume that they can't all read.
That is true. How insensitive of me. Anyway, now, it's very clear they learned from their mistake of Chain of Memories that nobody wanted a Kingdom Hearts game that was different or unique, especially on a handheld. Because, I mean, really, cards, that, as much as I hate to say it, that's really lame. I mean, having to think about strategy and different fighting styles, I mean, at the end of the day, don't you just want to hit stuff with a giant key?
Well, it
Yes.
slows it
Nothing
down.
else.
Oh, of course. Fucking, I
Yeah.
hate card games so much. You don't even know.
Yeah, so, like, you see, they learned from their mistakes, so they knew if they were going to release another Kingdom Hearts game on handheld, it had to be exactly like all the other games, even if it didn't have as many buttons. And, you know, in that regard, even with the DS having about, half the buttons of a PS2 controller, they just made the gameplay so smooth, you know?
We can tell from
the
the
biggest
recording,
thing-
I mean, this game is running at 60 FPS.
I mean,
Mhm.
come on. This is true, like, fast-paced action. Stuff that's come
Yeah, I
after
mean-
this, like, you know that new Nier game? Trash.
Yeah, eat your heart out, Bayonetta.
Yeah, but like with
Man, Revengeance
with Kingdom
could
Hearts-
learn so much from this.
Yeah, because those games, it's like they're really fast, like way too fast, too complicated. They give you more options than you really know what to do with. And I mean, that's the kind of the problem with Chain of Memories, because they were right to slow things down, but they didn't take away the options. They instead added more options. So you really had to sit there and think. You had all this time, but you were stuck thinking about what you're doing instead of being able to go at your own pace, attack when you want to. You don't have to worry about anything coming at you. And I don't mean turn-based either, because again, you have to actually think about what you're doing and plan ahead. With this, you can just, it's slow. You got your enemies. You can just sort of run around and just kind of just enjoy the scenery before attacking whenever you want. They're not going to hit you back because it's slow. You have all the time in the world to dodge.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I know what you're talking about. It's like, I couldn't even complete Chain of Memories. And not just because it's a horrible game, but all that thinking just gave me a headache.
Yeah, and I mean, like, as much as I love applying fake strategy to my video games, I really prefer to kind of go at my own pace, I like to
And
kind
not
of
only
take it
that-
slow.
Not only that, I mean, let's be real here, and again, I might sound a little harsh, and I hate that, but just a Kingdom Hearts game that's not 3D, just you might as well not even call it Kingdom Hearts, So that's why we
Well-
needed the remake.
Yeah, we all know that, like, there's never a time when you should do 2D over 3D ever.
Yeah. Why do you think 2D Tales is dead? They did the right. They made the right decision with that.
Yeah.
On a personal note, mostly what we're doing after this, I mean, we never touched Team Fortress 2. I mean, that is a diseased pile of cancer. We're all gonna jump on Overwatch for a few hours, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is it okay if I play Genji? I know you guys don't like it when I play Genji, but I really want to play as Genji.
Only if I can play Hanzo, okay?
And only if I can play as Roadhog.
Look at all the memes.
Yeah, really. I mean, if you're gonna play Overwatch, you have to do it right. You have to make sure. I mean, some people say you need a healer. I don't think you really need one. As long as you have enough damage dealers, then you can kill anyone before they can kill you.
And you know who can do the highest damage? Snipers, if they're at 100% accuracy.
Well, I was gonna go with Sombra because she's always relevant. She's always needed. Her abilities are honestly kind of overpowered. And she has one of the best weapons in the game. She's fast. She can teleport at will. She has a ton of health. But not too much health. You're not overpowered.
I'm just glad we have plans after this.
Yeah, because unfortunately, we're almost out of time on this. Trust me, if I could have recorded the entire game in one sitting, I definitely would have.
But it's
unfortunately,
too big.
Unfortunately, we've only got a couple minutes left here in our runtime. So, is there anything you guys want to say about this masterpiece before we head out?
It is such a big and vast experience. You can't really condense it into one video.
Oh, I've never seen a game of this, immense size. Oh, other than GBD Nate, of course. I mean, that is my favorite game. I've been streaming that on Twitch for a reason.
Dude, that
What
is
game?
one of GBDNA, Genderbender DNA Twister. It is one of the best published indie games ever released, and at $25, it is a steal.
Second only to
Genderbender
Max's Big
Twister
Bus.
Extreme.
My
You
favorite-
gotta remember that.
I'm sorry. It's just
Yeah, you gotta
I'm
remember
always
the
thinking.
extreme.
I'm always thinking about those 10% off sales.
Yeah,
Just take the perfect price and reducing it. It's just,
It's primo.
I think my favorite thing about that game is it's extremely progressive and respectful of people. You know what I mean?
Surprisingly.
I haven't met anyone that's felt uncomfortable about anything in that game ever.
And the art. I mean, honestly, and I love this game, but the art really, really pushes this game to the limit. I mean, they fight for supremacy.
They do.
oh. I get exactly what you mean. I think art is hard, but no, the art there, it makes everything feel good, and art just seems so easy at that point.
Indeed. And with that, we are at the end of our time. So thank you guys for joining me, and I hope everyone watching enjoyed this episode. Bye-bye.
Wait! I didn't give my clue.
Yeah,
hey,
ready.
hey, you can't call it shit. This is an excellent video game. You told me
I
it was
haven't
better.
started yet!
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, and here we go. Or not.
The fuck?
We could be waiting on Ryan.
God damn it, Hugh Jackman!
No, that's Jack Human.
It's
Do not believe his lies.
It's kind of storming over here, so the internet's not going to be perfect.